In general, social media does more harm in your life than it does good. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, what are you talking about? I've always thought of myself as a 70s man. I think those times were better back then. I think that the negative of Facebook and social media sites are that it basically prevents you from experiencing real things. Instead of people going outside and taking a walk and experiencing nature, people are sitting in their apartment or their house and they're on the computer getting likes, and you get that dopamine hit every time that red button goes off, every time that red notification goes off. People are just addicted to the high of Facebook. And it's hard because a lot of times people don't know how to handle being bored. So it's like they get used to this high stimulus, you know, they get used to this high stimulus. They don't know how to go out and interact with other people because they're basically falling back on this artificial machine, technically. When I used to fish, I used to post a bunch of stuff on I used to post a bunch of stuff on Facebook. And I started to realize that it was taking away from my fishing experience. I felt like when I would go fishing, I wasn't always as present as I could be. Thinking about, oh, how's this going to look on Facebook? How many likes am I going to get for this video? And the truth is a lot of people would be happier, going to a bar and having a drink and actually interacting with somebody. But with the technology nowadays and everybody buying into, oh, this is what everybody else is doing. Just because everybody else is doing it, you don't have to do it. If you want to become more present in your life, if you're looking for a way to like reinvent your life and feel more alive instead of just going through the motions, there's several ways to do that. Most people most people don't realize that they're in a little bit of a coma. If you do the same thing every single day that you did the day before and the day before, your body gets so conditioned to doing the same thing, and your mind gets so conditioned that what actually ends up happening is your body becomes your mind. And so in order to snap out of that, what you basically need to do, if you change up your routine and you want to because what happens is you lose your free will. Your body is basically running the show. You're no longer in charge. You're like, oh wow. I did that for years until this spiritual awakening that I'm going through. I didn't realize how much my life was just completely robotic. Every single day was the same thing. I just didn't feel like my story's a little bit different because of my knee injury, but it was like I was so locked into just going through the motions. And the truth is you can break out of that. There's a bunch of things that you can do to break out of it. You can go to new places, you can hang out with different people, you can change up your routine. You can meditate. There's a lot of different things that you can do. But I find myself sometimes getting stuck in like my old emotional self where some of these things are bothering me and I can't figure out what I need to do. And then I realize that, you know, today is a different day. It's not what yesterday was. It's a completely different day. I don't have to do anything that I did yesterday. I don't, I mean, some things, but I mean, I can get coffee at a different time. I can do a whole bunch of different things. And so it really is true though that on an overall basis, I don't believe that social media is good for America. I don't think we're a better country because of social media. And have you ever noticed, like, I stopped going on some of the sites because people are so mean to each other. Like, I would go on these sites for football, and in the comment section, all of these guys were just like tearing each other down, and I was like, this is so depressing. Like, this is so sad that like people are so mean to each other. Like, what? Why is everybody so mean? You know, I think part of the problem with this country is that I just don't. I think we have so much freedom now, and we don't have anything like we don't have any major wars going on. I just think people are like without a purpose. People are so bored with themselves that they're just so unhappy and they're just so angry and they just want to tear other people down. I never understood how tearing somebody else down is going to make you feel better for the rest of your day. I never understood that. Like anytime I was kind of rude to somebody, which really hasn't happened very often, except to my mom, and she loves me. But it's like when I would do that to somebody, I would just think about it. Like why did you have to be a dick to that person? Like it would just affect me for the rest of the day. That's just how I am. But I just don't understand like when everybody got so mean and angry. Like what's everybody so angry about? Like cry it out if something's bothering you. Like eat a taco. I mean, I mean, I don't know when this happened. I really don't know when this happened. I guess look, I've been shacked up in my apartment in solitude for a long time. But I've been relatively happy, I suppose, now that I'm realizing people are so miserable. Life is too short to be miserable. Like if you realize that like let's say you knew that you had 1 year left to live. Can you imagine the things that you would want to accomplish in that 1 year? Like go ask that girl out that you had a crush on. Like go walk in a cemetery and realize that your life is not permanent at all. Your life you could die in a car crash tomorrow. You could have a heart attack tonight. Maybe even right now watching this, you could have a heart attack and you need me to save you. Anyway, life is too short. Like every single day, you just got to put in 1,000%, 1,000%.